Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this video, I'll be looking at Challenges of the Unknown, issue 5. Okay, so this is Challenges of the Unknown, issue 5. The last issue of the series, I actually thought it was a 6-issue series. It's not, it's a 5. Um, yeah, kind of a little bit disappointed with this one. Again, the series itself has been kind of okay. This, I think, is not a satisfactory final issue to this series. Um, so, we have the Challengers are there talking to Wonder Woman, and she's talking about using this lasso of truth to try and figure out why they've got this weird stuff going on with the Amiga stuff going on. Now, there's no reason at all why Wonder Woman is wearing this uniform, because she's on the Watchtower. She could just be wearing a regular clothing. The only reason they've obviously done it is because on the first cover we had Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in their stuff. This is the only opportunity she ever used to wear it. There's no reason she should be wearing it. It's pointless. Um, Secondly, talking about the opening part of this, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, Sean, I'm going to mispronounce your surname every time. Sean Zaxi, again, is the reason I bought this book, because if possible, I'll write everything that man draws. I think he only does the first opening part of this book, because I swear the artwork changes off a little bit through it. So we see this initial section is his, and then the rest of it is somebody else. So yeah, so Lasso of Truth comes out, and they're talking about our Amiga is dying and all this kind of stuff. As death is everything, death is absolute. So again, this is tied to the obviously the absolute universe stuff. It's obvious it's going to be that. You don't use that word unless you have to. Um, so with that, all the challenges are kind of going weird, passing out. We see Firestorm there. More Firestorm, please. I like Firestorm. Well, I want to see more Firestorm. And then we see this, which is the robot reawakening. And as they're on the watchtower itself, so it's really weird. Yeah, so they're all going to comas basically, and every single one of them on the watchtower has gone into a coma apart from Rocky. Um, and they're talking, trying to figure out what's happened, and obviously it's time with stuff. And again, it's a book where the challengers don't feel like they've got any kind of authority to do anything apart from with Mr. Terrific's going to be able to say so, which I think is really annoying. Um, anyway, so he's kind of trying to escape the prison. It's what he calls a flame prison, and Wonder Woman cracks him one. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Rocky's a strong guy, but he's a normal strong guy. He's not a superhero. He's not. But knock his head off, surely, from Wonder Woman punching in the face. I swear, I could be wrong. I just assumed it's like Olympic style kind of strength, not maybe Batman punched me in the face. Fair enough. Wonder Woman, no, his head's coming off. Anyway, the side of the so there's everything's been shut down because of him turning his powers off. The emergency system, only the emergency system's off. There's no defenses going on, all this kind of stuff. And because the defenses have been turned off, the robot attacks. There's a whole breach. So there's massive thing going, and then the robot starts gathering all these people up from the challengers, and they're kind of absorbing them. It would appear absorbing them, because they don't seem to be hanging around after he kind of snatches them up. Um, and he's still going about death and power and all this kind of stuff. And Rocky kind of tries to explain to him like, no, death's not this. The only thing is, there's life as well. And he gets stabbed by Ultivac, and then they go into this kind of like weird kind of dream sequence where we see Ultivac and him talking about it. And it's like, oh, it's all about life and life one, and every people die and all this kind of stuff. And you go, okay, right. How the hell are you talking to a robot? And anyway, um, so the wall goes out. Uh, and Robot and Rocky go outside. One of them's back in a costume again, which again, don't see the point, which isn't it well on. And the ironic thing being is that he turned the stuff off with a switch. There's now a gaping hole in the watchtower, and this is the time that the power comes back on. So there wasn't any physical problems with the thing apart from a switch being thrown originally. And now there's a massive hole in the side of the thing where you think there might be some electronics or some power boards, something that maybe have kind of exploded out into space. That's the top. The power comes back on. You think, "Oh, really? Okay." Um. So yeah. So that's it. They go up. Rocky disappears, and he's gone. He's just disappeared, and we don't quite know why. And it's going right, okay. And then it's like, oh, no trace of Omega Renji on the Watchtower, nor any change of the unknown. Rocky's dead. Yeah, it's all right. Rocky's dead. Well, and then for some reason, Rocky and Ultivac have travelled back in time to the original Challenger Mountain, where there was where the town, and that's it. And it said the Challenger story continues and all stuff. That's no. I don't want that. If I'd buy miniseries, I would like to know what happened because again, there's no explanation at all in this of why the chat apart from the fact that well the Challengers are close to death and that's why they've got to make it. It's very tentative about why, and then it's like oh, and then the robot goes off, and for some reason that gets rid of it all. I just think it's just a very poor conclusion. I'm just really disappointed about there's not a finality to this. And again, the idea, as I said before in the reviews of issues, and in this one, the idea that the Challengers can't do anything apart from Mr. Terrific says so, I just think that's ridiculous. This could have been. There's no reason to have the JLA in this series at all. This could have been a proper Challengers series where they're on their own, they're figuring it all out themselves, and pretty much nothing else would have been different apart from obviously the Challengers aren't in space. That's the only thing because they could have found their way to the planet. They could find their way deep underwater. Because everything they were doing was just tagging along. They weren't doing anything else. There's there's nothing that they did that a superhero that was with them couldn't have done on their own. So yeah, all in all, a little bit disappointed with this one. Again, artwork, nice, pretty cool. The idea that you're effectively buying this all on, I think they even mentioned, all on the Watchtower and Justice League Unlimited or something in this thing about, oh, this happened as well. It's like, right, okay, great. So you'll buy 3 stories purely for the sake of kind of trying to fill in the gaps for this one. But yeah, just some weird inconsistencies. I say it still bugs me that she's wearing that costume, but she's no need to do so at the beginning. Um, and obviously, technically speaking, this doesn't happen either. But yeah, so that's it. 5 issues. Yeah, not terrible. I mean, this is the first. This and Zatanna are the first DC books I've bought in, apart from Crisis, a year easily. Maybe 2. And yeah, wouldn't exactly say it was a spectacular return back to DC from me. On the horizon, we have got the new Supergirl series because I am a fan of Supergirl, and the Art Germ cover straight away I had to get anyway. So if I'm going to buy the Art Germ cover, I might as well read it. So we'll look at that, and then I'm tempted to buy the first of the reboot Batman series, but only if it's not a gazillion dollars because they've made it oversized and with metal covers on it or something ridiculous. And then we'll see where we go from there. Because I was before this I was reading Batman for 25 years until Future State come up and they said they were changing Bruce out. It's like, well, I'm not going to bother then. And then I'm hearing not good things about Batman stuff in general. So it's like, well, I didn't really miss much. So getting a nice steady Batman book would be really cool. But we'll have to see what happens. So anyway, that's enough mumbling around with this one. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I will see you on another video very soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.